King Corn beats be killing shit.
We was powers on this earth once, and we was all about the mirth once. Idol worship, murder like the first of the month. Hit a nigga with the bick like he need a light. That's what you do when you on fourth, or else you got a punt. But we ain't needed when we cry for Egypt's flesh, nah. So it's Egypt that we got, and we hella mad. These crackers soaring off our shoulders like some hella pads. They see our sweat, but they don't feel us like we holograms. I'll be damned, another black man shot again.
Shalom, 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 family. Hey, first and foremost, we're going to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh, right? We do so by Hashem hamashiach, right? That's who the world ignorantly, falsely, fakely, again, stupidly, right? They call him Jesus Christ, right? Even though his real name in the ancient Paleo Hebrew is Yahawashi hamashiach. In the English, that would be Joshua Christ. All right, family. So I'm your brother, Captain Azariah of the Fire of God. I got my mighty, mighty, powerful brother, Yeshaya, here with me, FOG Dallas. You know, everybody, y'all see the title of the lesson. I did change it because we have some other stuff to get into. Trust me, we're going to talk about where some Christians are trying to now say, or at least it's the first time I heard this information about where the 12 tribes of Israel currently are residing. But first, we got to talk about the chaos that's, you know, pursuing in the earth, right? And World War III coming. So again, mighty powerful brother Yeshaya here. Before I pass it to him, hit that like button if you're watching live right now. All right, it definitely helps us out. Helps us spread this message. We're trying to work the algorithm, as they say, because we want this video to get out here. We want this truth to spread. Why? Because the more this truth spread, the more the elect, Lord willing, getting sealed up, and we can get the hell up out of here. We close, man. Right? All praises to the Heavenly Father. We can see the signs. So, the brother Yeshaya, he gonna introduce himself to y'all. And we're going to go ahead and we get into it, man. We ain't going to hold you too long today either. All right?
This is your Yeshaya, coming from FOG Dallas. Definitely, if you need to link with your brother, make sure that y'all log into the email. Hopefully that we can get that for you so we can definitely.
Yeah, let me put that down there. Why? I'm glad that you said that, Khan, brother Yeshaya. Let me, I'm going to drop the email down here. Let me see if I can bring it up. But go ahead, Salakia.
Yeah, trying to do these mighty works. Again, like my Ak said, man, we finna go ahead, man, and just dive straight on into it, man. So
that's right.
Got some things to speak about. Hey, whenever you get the chance, can you go 6 minutes into that video for me real quick?
Con.
Right back.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna cue this video up as a source. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say fair use right now. Man, I'm trying to get my banner. Oh man, where is my banner for the camp email, right? But I'll probably just drop it in the chat. Fire God Classroom. Let me just drop the email in the chat real quick for you, for everybody. Because I used to have the, wait a second. I think I know where it's at. Salakia, family. If I change my background right quick, let me go ahead and change that. Here we go. I think, no. All right, never mind that. That's not working. I thought one of my banners right here had the email attached to it, but it does not. I must have removed that one. But anyway, family, I know y'all see me going through all of these backgrounds. So Salakia, forgive, family. Here we go. We're going to stick with this, right? But again, I'm going to cue this video. We're going to use it for a source. Let me share my screen. Fair use too. All right. Fair Use Act. This is going to be our thoughts and comments, right, on this commentary. All right. Look at this. They want you to find some Asians, man. Let me lock this quick, bro. I'm looking for them. They're going Asian dating, man. This is ridiculous, man. But anyway, let's go here. And we got this queued up for our brother when he gets back. Oh, I think he said he wanted me to go for my brother. He wanted to go to like around the 6-minute mark. All right, man. But well, again, what we talking about before the brother gets back here, man?
How do celebrities like
Oh
Justin
my
Bieber
God.
and The
These
Rock
commercials,
generate
man.
hundreds of millions of dollars? It's actually
just in Iran.
All right, so I got that for him. All right, you back, my brother?
Yes,
See
sir.
you just slid back up in here. All praises. All right, so again, fair use, right? Fair use, family. Y'all see the title, man. Chaos in this world, man, in this earth, man. World War III is coming. World War III is approaching, man. And as we go through this, I got a couple of precepts that I want to bring out. But the brother Yeshaya, he gonna go through this with you. So I'm at you said you wanted to queue up the 6-minute mark, right?
Somewhere up in there real fast. I just wanted to bring out one small point. It ain't gonna be nothing too long.
Come on, no, you good? You go ahead and cook and bring it out to the spirit to our people. All right, here we go. I'm gonna start here at 6 minutes for you. All right.
But across the Muslim world, protests were organized in Turkey, in Lebanon, in Jordan, in the West Bank, and even in Pakistan. And these people may love him, but his legacy is complicated. Ismail Haniyeh led a terror organization that killed thousands of...
Say what?
It might be a little bit more up. I know it's somewhere real close. We could play it through or just a little bit.
But as you can see, these are protests, right? Because of the killing of the leader of Hamas, right? They actually struck. Israel was able to strike and kill this man, Khomeini. They killed him in Iran. Excuse me, not Khomeini. I forget this gentleman's name. I think his name's Haini, right? Hanis, however you say that, right? But they were able to get to him and kill him in his house that he was staying in under the government protection in Iran, right? They said that they placed this bomb in his house 2 months and waited before they blew him up.
My God.
So you think that these Iranians gonna let this slide? We'll see. Let's keep going.
Innocent Israelis, which brings us to the second funeral today. In Beirut, Israel had struck a southern suburb of the city. Their target was a Hezbollah commander. They did manage to take him out, but 3 civilians were also killed.
So I'm gonna pause this. We see here.
You know something. You know something that always kind of baffles me, man, is because once you go into like prophecies, right? When you go into eschatology, one thing that they always say is that these fake Edomites are the actual Jews. But what kills me is once we go into, I'm gonna go into 2 prophecies real quick, man. This is Isaiah 60 and 18. It says, "Violence shall no more be heard in thy land, waste nor destruction with the borders, but thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise." Right? So they steady going to war and having these different events going on and taking place, but in our reality, if these were actual Jews and they were actually in the land and things supposed to be as they supposed to be, then it wouldn't even be war in the land anymore.
Right. Beautiful, beautiful point, right? Again, that's the proof in the pudding, man, that those people, small hats over themselves, calling themselves the true children of Israel, that they can't be, right? Because biblical prophecy, right? They would never say Isaiah is a false prophet, right? And his writings, right? I think that's the proto-Isaiah, that's chapter 60, right? That he clearly states out the prophecies getting that once the real people are in the land, right, upon the arrival of the Messiah, that there's not going to be no more wars.
God. And can I get a proof precept with that as well?
Con.
Isaiah 2, and then I'm gonna start at verse 2, and it says Salakia, I'm reading off my
hold on. I'm about to help you out, my brother.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help you out, my brother. Yeah, you know, that's what I'm here for. All right. So you want Isaiah what?
This is gonna be 2, and then I'm gonna read 2 through maybe about 4, maybe.
Starting at 1?
I start at 2.
At 2. All right.
I mean, if we want context, I mean that's fine. We can start at 1.
Okay, here we go. All right. This is Isaiah 2 and 1. It says the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. It shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established at the top of the mountain. Right? The mountains represent the nations, and being at the top of the mountain, that symbolizes what, family? That symbolizes rulership, right? I just wanted to say that. Salakia Ak, you got it. And shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
Right, God. And it's just going into just showing you how, like, we still at war with Israel, right? All the nations aren't flowing into it, right? They're still at war with it, right? So just if those were the actual people, I just kind of find it coincidental how we still at war. The nations are still at war, right? And then it's a latter part to this that I wanted to kind of get to as well. It is verse 4, I believe, and it says, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords and plowshares, and their spears and into prong hooks. Nations shall not lift up sword against nations, neither shall they learn war anymore.
See that?
Still see, you know what I'm saying? They still at war, man.
Yeah, right. We see that what happened with those small hats getting into the land, and I believe that's what 1940 whatever, right? That it does not line up with biblical prophecy with their arrival, because the Bible says that when the Jews arrived back in the land, that there would be no more war, that nations weren't learn war anymore, right? This is what this means when it says they shall beat their swords into plowshares. A sword is a weapon for war. A plowshare is a weapon for vegetation, for farming, for agriculture. All right. So that's what is supposed to happen once the Israelites get into their land, right? Again, their spears and the pruning hooks, more weapons turned into agriculture tools. So this is the simile, right, that Yahweh showing Isaiah, and that he wrote down in his book, right, to show you how the world is going to be when the Israelites are there, because there's going to be no need for a sword or a spear because the whole world's at peace. It's the same way that I believe it's in one of Paul's epistles. I think it's in Colossians. I might be mistaken, but it says that Christ, when he arrives, he's going to put down all kingdoms, right? And then he's going to offer them all up to the Father. All kingdoms put down symbolizes peace on earth. Come on. All right. Let's get back to the video, though. If you ain't have anything else, I'll lock you.
No, Con, you got it.
All right. Let's get back to it. In what province? Whoo, y'all ain't catch that. This ain't even really got nothing to do with the topic for real.
Yeah, it's not on.
Oh, Salakia. Man, I done did it again. Hey, if I ever do that, let me know. Hey, in chat, man, let me know if I'm talking and ain't no video. Man, y'all gotta let your brother know, man. I'm getting old, man. All right, let me bring this back up. Salakia. I'm in here watching the video. Let me rewind this a little bit. All right.
Israel's doing, though. This attack was carried out by the United States. They struck a military. The third funeral was in Iraq. It wasn't Israel's doing, though. This attack was carried out by the United States. They struck a militia base in the Babel province.
Ooh, in what province? Ooh. Boy, I wasn't even on this. I just caught this right now through the spirit. The Babel province. That's proof. Like in Isaiah, I think that's Isaiah 55, right? When they talk about the destruction of future Babylon, but they try to say that that's modern Babylon. No, sir. You can go dwell right now in Babylon. Babel province. That's Babylon. Okay? Ancient Babylon was not destroyed with no fire. Okay. God. Whew. All right. Let's just keep going. That was not even the point, but caught that through the spirit. All praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahawashi. God.
Around 4 pro-Iran fighters were killed here. Their funeral was held in Baghdad. Hundreds gathered for this procession.
Warning. Don't believe the AI trading hype until you.
And Salakia, I'm just, I think I missed my point, but I made my point. So if you want to, go through it, however you want to go through it, then that's fine too. My next one will probably be at around like 11:30 or something like that, but it's still kind of going into the same point. So wherever you want.
What? Hold on, wait a second. What? Earthly Jerusalem is Babylon according to the Bible. Prove that. Whoever this is. Wild olive tree? Huh? Maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're trying to say, but earthly Jerusalem, because Jerusalem, the city of peace, is a literal city. All right. Now, it may not be inhabited right now. We don't believe that those people who inhabit the land, that they even inhabit in the proper city. All right. But that's besides the point. Babylon and Jerusalem are totally distinct from each other. They got nothing to do with each other besides the fact of Babylon being the name Mystery Babylon, of the ancient city, of the future city where the Israelites were going to be dwelling, and that would get destroyed. Right? And I know the Bible says Jerusalem is above and is free, but what that's symbolic is that wherever the Israelites are, that's where Jerusalem is. All right, but that's only in a spiritual sense. All right, there's a physical city though. All right. So Salaki, you said you made your point anyway though, right?
Yeah, Con. So whenever you want to go back and forth, we can rock out.
I'm a fast forward. I'm gonna let this play a little bit more, and I'm gonna kind of fast because I've watched like the first 28 minutes or so of this video, so I kind of know. Yeah, the kind of the points where we want to get, and there's a couple of things I definitely want the audience to see. All right. Hey, and shout out to the chat, man. Hit that like button, man. And if we talking good right now, man, please drop a fire emoji in the chat for us or something. All right. We trying to get this chat popping. I'm trying to get my chat popping like the big bro homie Ash chat be popping. All right. We need some participation. Hold on. Let me see. So let me see. This is still talking about the leader. I like this right here, this little back and forth between Iran. Listen to this. Right?
It went about.
Is similarly destabilizing and
insults and open threats.
Iran's arming.
Hey, you know something too? I wanted to kind of hit on this a little bit because you notice how the United States is backing them up, but in the end, if we go to Ezekiel 37, it said that Christ was gonna bring us back to the land, and that Christ rule over us, not America, and not another.
America, right? It didn't. The Bible didn't say that the ruling powers in the earth were going to take the Jews and place them back in the land. No,
right.
it tells you in Jeremiah 37. Ezekiel 37. You got Jeremiah 23, Jeremiah 50. I mean, all of the Jeremiah 60, right? Isaiah 60, Salakia, right? It says that the Messiah is going to do this stuff, right? That he's going to be the one to deliver the Israelites. All right. So not a conglomerate of the most powerful nations on the earth at that time collectively come together in a plan that had been put together even a decade or more decades before that, with the Balfour Accords, with them in the land buying up large swaths of Israel, which wasn't Israel at the time, was known as Palestine. Well, I'm just speaking of the history of it. All right. They were already there buying up the land. All right. So the jig was up.
Oh my God. Hey, and Salakia, even when you're going into that, they call themselves the Jews, but then the other the tribes not there. You don't have Ash, Dan, Naphtali. You don't have none of the other tribes that was there, and all tribes were supposed to come back in the land. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. It says that, I mean, he's going to gather all of the outcasts of Israel, right? No matter whence from you've been scattered, right? Where's the Northern Kingdom at, homies? Yeah, exactly. You guys don't know, right? All right, let's get back into it. Listen to these guys go back and forth. This Iran in the United States at the what is the thing called in New York at the United Nations, Salakia, at the UN,
of terrorist groups in Syria, Lebanon, and Iraq is similarly destabilizing and contrary to efforts by the Security Council to de-escalate regional tensions. Every member of this council should call on Iran to stop arming, advising, and financing terrorist groups.
America got some nerve, man, to talk about Iran arming terrorist groups, bro. When y'all arm Israel, right? And a lot of people would consider what they're doing terrorist acts, and not according to the Geneva Convention, breaking a whole bunch of war norms, right? So America got some nerve to sit up here to say something to Iran, but I think that Iran's about to hit back. Let's see what he says.
And to rein in the actions of proxies and partners who threaten regional peace and security.
The responsibility of the United States.
Oh, they're talking about, he said, rein in proxies who would bring the destabilized peace in that region. America is the primary reason why the so-called Middle East is unstable. Your CIA goes around the whole earth getting into these nations, right? Destabilizing them from the inside. If you don't agree with what they got going on.
Right.
Right? And you're gonna sit up here talking about how many proxies do America got? The whole NATO and EU is America's proxy. That's them damn 7 heads and 10 horns of this beast system. Let's go.
As a strategic ally and main supporters of the Israeli regime in the region cannot be overlooked in this horrific crime. This act could not be occurred without the authorization and intelligence support of the U.S.
And he's right about that. They couldn't have struck inside Iran like that without help from America. And America basically provides missiles for the Iron Dome, helped them build up their Iron Dome, gave them all of their technology. So he's right about that. All right, let's continue though. I want to something else I want to get to. I'm gonna skip forward a little bit.
Hey, Salaki, can you go back real quick? Just a little bit.
Okay.
Right around in there.
Okay. Let's play it. Oh my God, these commercials, boy. I tell you.
You heard that right. They were chanting, "Hail Hitler." It's a Nazi greeting to glorify the regime that carried out the genocide of Jews. Remember, 6 million people died in the Holocaust. The horror perpetrated.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Exactly.
Okay. Right. But by the way, more Russians was killed in the Holocaust than in the H word. So like, yeah, Mike can't say that. Right. Then small hats. But let's go.
By Hitler and Nazi Germany, this crowd was cheering it. They were also making anti-Semitic gestures and waving the Palestinian flag. This is not a peaceful protest. This is pure hate. And Israeli athletes face this every day, over and over again. They have been targeted with death threats. The French police has opened an investigation. Israel's foreign minister reached out to his French counterpart and he issued a warning. Israel claims that Iran is plotting an attack to target Israeli athletes and tourists in France. Now, this is a very serious charge. France can...
Say what?
Yeah, can you pause that for me real quick?
Come on.
I'm gonna go to and this is just more proof in the pudding, man. Like these people that say that they over there, man, it's not they can't be the genuine people. This is Zechariah 8, and I'm gonna do I could just do 23, and it says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass, 10 men shall take hold of all languages and all nations, even shall take hold of a skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we shall go with you, for we have heard that God is with you." Right? And look how much hate they getting and receiving, right? They're not being received. They're not the ones that is holding on. We're not holding on to the skirts of those people, right?
Nobody believes that God is with them, right? Nobody looks at them as as righteous, holy people. Most people know and understand that the majority of those Edomites who live over there in that land, that they're secular, right? They're not keeping Torah, which are the instructions, the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Well over 95% of them are secular. They're not keeping the law. They have the biggest gay parade in the world. Pink City. I mean, what? Come on now, right? So why would anybody look to take hold of the skirt of a person who's a fake Jew? No, just like the video that Elder Marshall sent me of the brother Garfield. He's a comedian. You all probably heard of him, the Nigerian brother, right? And he's saying that he knew this hustler, right, from New York, and he had went over to Japan to meet with the triads, right? And he said that real quick. He said that, yo, man, everybody, you black people, man, let me tell you something about black people, man, that y'all are so creative, right? With your music, your fashion, your style, right? Everybody want to be like you. We jealous of you, right? The Moabite says we jealous of you. But one thing, you people don't stick together. Very easy to break you apart, right? See, the proof in the pudding that everybody want to be us, they want to follow us, man. They know that we something different. And a lot of them know that we are the real children of Israel. That's when it all comes to the light. It's all manifest. That's why that prophecy is going to be able to come true, that they're going to grab hold of the skirt of him that's a Jew, right? When the Jacob troubles hit here, right? They're going to want to grab hold when the calamity hits here, right? Him that is a Jew. Why? Because they know that we got the truth. They know that the Most High with us. All right? Khan, that was a beautiful precept, King. Beautiful. All right, let's continue. We got about no more than 30 more minutes to go. All right. So let me get back to it. Here we go.
Not take it lightly, also because there's already been a security breach. Personal information of Israeli athletes has been leaked. Iranian hackers are being blamed for this. They created fake social media channels and made the stolen data public. Data about Israeli athletes, their personal information. And they've been sending out messages. This is what they look like. Israeli athletes have been getting messages like these. It's like an invitation to their own funeral. Can you?
All right, they're gonna talk. She's gonna talk a lot about the so-called anti-Semitism. We're gonna fast forward past that. I want to get into what they talking about, the war. More about the war. Okay, and this protest here in Nigeria too. I want y'all to see this. Back up a little bit. Salakia family.
Looms on the Paris Games this year. Israel's war in Gaza is indeed a humanitarian tragedy. There's no defending that. But nothing justifies targeting athletes at the Olympics. This is a security threat, and it must be taken seriously.
Again, fair use. Again, fair use, right? Fair use. This is our thoughts and comments on this commentary right here, right? On this content right here. All right. As again, the title, man, chaos erupts throughout the world. This is just one. We're going to show Nigeria. We're going to show Europe. They just ousted today the prime minister of Bangladesh. That's right next. These are Elamites. That's right next to India, right? Right, which has got that country unstable. You're gonna see them riding the streets in Nigeria. The brother sent me about 3 more countries where, I mean, it just seemed like the whole world is sitting in the damn chaos, man. That's why I titled this. I was watching another one, a video from this lady's channel, right? Where basically in the same video, she just starts it out by saying, it's amazing. This has been a crazy week. Look at all of the protests, all of the chaos that's going on throughout the world. I may cue that up after we get through this, Lord willing, if we have time. All right, but let's go. Let's watch what's going on in Nigeria.
And Salakia, it ain't even just the wars, man. They were saying somewhere in this news report, man, China hit the world record, man, out of like 60 years or something like that, man. So yeah, man. And then they were showing, you know, how certain events, man, is going on too, man. Not only just with the wars, but the climate change as well.
Right, the climate for what Esau has done to this earth, right? I'm gonna bring some precepts out. They talk about that in this video. They got monsoon rain hitting in weird places. Even here in America, in monsoon, up in what is that, Vermont or something? Washed the whole neighborhood away. I mean, it's and why the Bible speaks on this, and I'm gonna bring that out.
When I told Trump about this, he urged me to get this message out to as many true patriots as I can.
Oh,
folks, something big is about to happen to this nation. This has nothing to do with wearing silly masks again.
Yeah, something big is about
Now
to
we shift our
happen.
focus to Nigeria.
Hold on, something big is about to happen to this nation. It's about to get destroyed. All right, it's on its last legs. All right.
It is Africa's most populous country, home to over 200 million people, and a lot of those people are angry. Today, after weeks of build-up, protests have begun in Nigeria. The government has been trying to stop them. President Bola Tinubu tried every trick in the book. He increased the minimum wage. His police and military threatened the protesters. He even got the clergy to denounce the protests, but nothing worked. Angry Nigerians took to the streets across the country today, despite numerous obstacles thrown their way. We'll start with the capital, Abuja, where the protesters' movement has been restricted. A court had intervened on the behalf of the government. It confined the protesters to one particular location, to a stadium on the outskirts of the capital. Now, most of the protesters complied, but some were defiant. So they were seen marching towards the heart of the capital, but they were confronted by the police, who fired tear gas shells to disperse the crowd.
All right, so we can see they got large scale protests going on here in Nigeria. Right, watch what this lady says. Right, I'm gonna let this play.
Then there was Lagos, Nigeria's largest city. Again, thousands turned up to protest here. They marched through the streets with banners and posters, wanting to end bad governance and also wanting an end to hunger.
We are tired of being hungry. We cannot even feed our children. One tuber of yam is 5,000.
Look at that. She said one thing of yam is $5,000, right? I mean, that of their money. I don't know what the equivalent is or converting that to American dollars, but obviously it's a lot more than it should be for other people to be riding in the streets as such.
We cannot buy tomato and pepper. Pepper is 1,000. The poor cannot survive. Please, we need you to change the government.
And we are not going to stop until every Nigerian can live comfortably in Nigeria. We are not going to stop until we in Nigeria, we Nigerians living in Nigeria, enjoy similar life or a better life than even countries across the world who don't have half of the resources that we have.
Right. All right. So they mad. You got that going on in Nigeria, right? They're mad about how their country is being governed. You know what I'm saying? The price of food, the price of everything, right? So you got that chaos going on there. Watch this. We got some more.
Let's turn to Britain now. The country's ugly truth has been laid bare.
And this is something I wanted to focus on. She angles it like the ugly truth, but she's going to get to it where she points out, basically, this is an ugly truth, but it's these Edomites, they've always been like this. For people, I'm going to speak on just people of color right now. All right? So let's watch this report, right? And they're rioting in the streets because of this right now, currently in the UK. Right? Let me see. Riots in the streets of Britain. Let me see. All right, I'll go to that, but let's watch a little bit of this first, though.
All those years of multiculturalism, all those decades of preaching secularism, but it's all coming crashing down. We told you about the recent stabbing.
Wait a second.
3 children were killed.
He says, speaking all that secularism, and that means being secular, everybody coming together. Hey, get real quick, get Daniel chapter 2 for me. I need Daniel 2 and verse 42.
Daniel 2 and 42.
Yep. I'm gonna share my screen too so y'all can see this, family.
All right. Daniel 2 and 42.
2 and 42, right?
Daniel
2 and 42.
Okay, mm-hmm. I got it.
Come on.
You ready?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And as the toes of the feet were part of the iron and part of the clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
Right.
Keep going.
Yep.
And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with mire clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another.
See that? See that? They shall not be able to cleave one to another. Like, that's the Western philosophy, aka Mystery Babylon's fact. They want to bring everybody together. That's what ancient Babel did too. All right. But bringing all societies together, that doesn't work, because Yahweh said, when I separated the nations, right? Because he meant for all nations to be together according to your creed in your own land. That's why it tells you in Sirach that all flesh strives together, right? I'm paraphrasing, but you know, that's what it says. All right. Matter of fact, let me get it real quick. All right. Just the point that bringing everybody together, that doesn't work. And read, matter of fact, read 2 and 43 one more time for me.
Let me do 43.
Yeah,
and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with mire clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay.
See that? See, they don't mix, as they say, like oil and water, right? You know?
To go further to the point, because I know that you was
yeah, I'm about to find this precept. Go ahead, say what you got to say, Ak.
Just going into the dividing of the nations real quick. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 8, and it says, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, separated the sons of Adam, he set bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Woo!
Is his people Jacob the lot of his inheritance?
Right, but he chose Israel. Everybody had their own land, they got their own gods, but Israel, right? That's the Most High's portion, right? So let me get this in Sirach. I'm gonna share my screen too. Get Sirach 13 and 16 for me real fast, barbecue shop.
You said Sirach 13 and 6?
Yeah, 13 and 16.
13 and 16. It says, all flesh, all flesh consorteth according to the kind.
See that? Read that one more time.
All flesh consorteth according to the kind.
All right, jump up one verse, right?
I'm gonna start at verse 15. Yeah. Every beast loveth his like. And
see that? Every beast, right? This is go from the animal kingdom. Every beast, right, creature, love is like. You're not gonna have a goddamn bear trying to mate with a damn jaguar.
God.
All right, keep going.
And every man loveth his neighbor.
Right? Every man loveth his neighbor, because generally in a society, your neighbor is gonna be of your same stock because y'all living in the same nation together. Right? Keep going.
All flesh consorteth according to the kind.
Woo!
And will cleave to his like.
See that? Consort, your consort is your significant other, your wife, right? Not like, that's what it is. All right. So all flesh consort according to kind. Kind is the kindred, right? That's why get Tobit 3 and 13, I think it is.
Tobit 3 and 13?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
This is Tobit 3 and 13. And say, take me out of the earth that I may hear.
Nope, 13 and 3.
13 and 3. This is remember me and look on me.
No, that ain't it. That's not it. Let me see. That's not what I want. Salakia. Man, I'm getting old, bro. Let me see. I'm gonna find it real quick. I'm gonna call it out, and I want you to get it for me. Tobit 4 and 12.
14,
4 and 12. Tobit 4 and 12. Yeah.
Right. Beware of all whoredom, my son.
See that? Yep.
And chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy father, and take not a strange woman to wife, which of thy father's tribe, for are the children of the prophets. To the name. Yep. No, remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred, and were blessed in their children, and they shall inherit the land.
See that, family? See that? So Yahweh wasn't playing when he separated the nations, right? When he put everybody in their own land, he wasn't just doing it just to do it. All right, he was doing it for a real reason, man. Hey, and shalom to everybody in the chat too. If I haven't been able to say shalom to you. All right. What you could do, man, if y'all watching live, please hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Drop a fire emoji. If you got any comments, Any questions? We in the last 15 minutes. I'm going to have to, Lord willing, come back by myself tomorrow and talk about the 12 tribes, where these Christians saying the 12 tribes are at. That's all I'm going to speak on tomorrow. But right now, we're going to finish talking about this chaos that's going on in the earth that is confirming, man, that World War III, man, it's on the way. What? World War I, World II, right? And then World III. All right? Come. So let's let me cue our video back up and let's watch some more of this. All right? Fair use again, too. All right.
In a holiday club. 8 others were left injured. It was a truly horrible crime. But do you know how some Britons responded to it? By attacking the Southport Mosque. They damaged the building, they torched police vehicles and assaulted police officers. Protests were also held in other parts of the country. In London, things got violent. Clashes broke out near Downing Street. Protesters threw flares and beer cans at the Prime Minister's residence.
Ooh, see this? Now we're gonna watch some more of this, but I want to just show y'all this, right? This is from hold on. Let me share my screen. Let me share my other screen. Right? I just Googled this, right? Riots in the streets of Great Britain. Right? Look at that image. Right there, right?
Yeah.
All right. Riots break out across the UK. What to know? The New York Times. All right. Let's see this. Violent right-wing riots overrun some UK cities this week, and they still going at it, man. Right? UK latest, more than 100 arrests after violence erupts over, and we're going to get to it because the reports came out allegedly that the person who stabbed these young girls there was Islamic, but that's not even true. You know what I'm saying? He may be, you know what I'm saying, but by ethnicity, he's not like he's not he's not Arabic or anything like that. He's a Hamite. All right, we're gonna get back to it, but look, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let's look at images real quick. Oh, y'all can't see it. Let me hold on. Y'all can let me show y'all this. This. All right. No, this is what I want. Yep. You see that? All right. This is all from this is all the recent rioting. Right? All right, look at this. This Edomite fake cop with his eye busted up. All right. Right. So, you know, we see what's going on, you know what I'm saying? We see what's going on in these streets, right? And again, you know, it's prophesied, you know, that these things would happen, right? Prophesied that it would be like that. Right? So, you know, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Let's get back to it. Let's watch some more. Czechoslovakia. Let me stop my share here. 1 second, family. Hold on. All slow with this, man. Here we go. There we go. There we go. All right.
Them also had a slogan, "Stop the boats." It's a reference to migrants crossing the English Channel. A popular right-wing chant. Take a look. So let's recap the past few days. The stabbing happened on Monday. A mosque was targeted on Tuesday, and protesters chanted "Stop the boats" on Wednesday. I know what you're thinking. The knife man must have been a Muslim migrant. Except he wasn't. He is a 17-year-old
Hey,
born
like,
to parents in
Yo, hold
Cardiff
on.
in
Yeah,
the
calm.
UK. So neither a migrant.
Right.
I just want to point how she about to do this real fast. One thing that I don't like is that most people they suffer from colorism. We understand that the seed goes by the father, but it's a difference between Egypt and Israel, and they don't understand that. So what she about to do is something, man, that most media outlets portray. They put us all in a group and then they just call us black people, and I don't like that shit, right? So what she's about to do is say this 17-year-old boy, and we can't name him because he's underage.
Right.
Watch what she's about to do and then put his face up there. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the tricks that the media play, man.
But it's the wickedness, the psychological mind game they tried to play even in this, right? And I picked up on this too. I'm glad you brought this out. That when they first report, they say it's a 17-year-old boy. He's a minor. But just watch. Right now, if it was anybody else, you think that they would operate like this, even to accomplish what she's going to say they're trying to accomplish? Let's watch.
Nor a Muslim.
A 17-year-old boy from Banks has been charged with the murders of Bibi, Elsie Dot, and Alice. 10 counts of attempted murder and possession of a bladed article following the tragic...
I ain't gonna lie, that's an ugly Edomite woman, man. But they all funny looking, man. But I digress. Let's continue.
incident in Southport on Monday, the 29th of July.
He appeared in court today. Normally, his name would not be released to public because he is underage.
Oh, normally.
Right, kind.
Huh? Normally, right? What makes this not normal? Let's see.
17 years old. But the judge made an exception in this case. So we can tell you the name of the knife man. Alex Ruda Cubana. He stabbed and killed 3 children in a holiday club. And what was Britain's first reaction? To blame Muslims and migrants. This is blatant.
Now you see how they plaster in this young man's face, right? And I'm assuming he's a Hamite. I can't even say for sure. This is only assumption. For all I know, he could be of our stock, right? But the point is, we're just speaking on colorism here, right? This is what you would call a so-called black young man, right? Now, if it was anybody else who did this, you think if it was a alleged Caucasian person, so-called white person who did this and was underage, that they would plaster their face across the television, social media, the metaverse? Oh my God. Just something to think about, right?
Islamophobia. It's the definition of prejudice, and social media contributed to it. Many users spread lies about the attacker's identity. They claim that he was Muslim.
If you make at least 150...
Claim that he arrived on a boat in 2023. No evidence, no confirmation from the police, just casual hate mongering. And shame on these protesters too. You don't become Islamophobic overnight. Chances are you always were. This attack was just an opportunity to act on it, to attack and vandalize mosques. So these riots were not a sudden outburst. They reveal a deeper problem. I have some numbers for you. Let's look at the period from October to February. The UK recorded more than 2,000 anti-Muslim incidents. 2,000.
Look
the
at
year
that.
before,
Look
this
how
number
this
was
is up. Look at this spike, right? And it's only going to continue to get worse as there's no going turning back from the Islamophobia, as they would say, blatant racism throughout in the UK, but throughout Europe. All right. So let's continue.
So this is a 235% rise in 1 year. Some of it was triggered by the Israel-Hamas war. But like I said, Islamophobia does not happen overnight. It's the product of years of fear-mongering. And British politicians must take some of the blame. I'll give you an example. Nigel Farage leads the Reform UK party. His platform is anti-immigration. Listen to his statement on Tuesday.
I have to say there are one or two questions. Was this guy being monitored by the security services? Some reports say he was, others less sure. The police say it's a non-terror incident. I just wonder.
Yeah, this Edomite is just trying to drum up. He's a right winger in that country. He's just trying to drum up fear, right? There, right? And then you also got what's going
Climate
on.
change,
Climate
exacerbating
change,
this
flooding.
problem. Our next report tells you.
Yesterday, India's capital was caught by surprise. Record rate.
Right, you got that in India. Let's see.
Hey, Salaki, can I bring y'all the precept?
Yeah, go ahead,
This is I'm gonna do Sirach. I want to say, let me look this up real fast. This is Sirach 39 and 29. Sirach 39 and 29, and it says, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance.
Woo, yep. Go ahead.
Well, that was kind of my point. And then when you go into a lot of these countries, they fill with idolatry. You know what I'm saying? They fill with, you know, just serving other gods and different things of that nature too, man. And a lot of them had a hand at some point with dealing with Israel, you know, and doing and being treacherous towards us. So, you know, hey, man, they getting what they deserve, you know, at this point.
Yeah, absolutely, right? So we got the chaos in all of these countries, rioting in the streets. You got the flooding and storms that's going on, right? I'm currently in the middle of a storm right here in Jacksonville, Florida, tropical storm, hurricane, whatever, right? Then they had the tornadoes and been tearing up the Midwest. You had some flooding, like real fast flooding, the whole West Coast on fire as always, right? You know, again, they got again more rioting in a couple of African nations, not to mention the civil wars in the Sudan, all throughout Africa, right? I mean, if you just take a look, I mean, this world Earth is really in chaos, right? I know you don't see it on watching your CNN. You got to do more than watch CNN, right? Get Matthew chapter 24 for me.
Matthew 24.
Right, we're going to read from the words of our Lord Yahawashi, and then we're going to close out. We're going to read Matthew chapter 24 and Luke chapter 21. Hey, and Wild Olive Tree, all right? It said, yo, if the land can be a harlot on God, it can also be guilty of murder. That when it's likening, when it's talking about a particular land like a Mystery Babylon, right? That's the characteristics of it being a harlot, not the land that it actually having a box and being a hoe. Right. All right, come on, man. Let's be for real. These are the characteristics of it, right? And then you go on to say Babylon is guilty of the blood of the prophets, same as the harlot. Babylon is the harlot. Okay? Oh, man, Babylon is the great whore. Right? That's what that woman sitting on top of that beast, that's what she represents in Revelations. Mystery Babylon. All right, we're done with that. You got Matthew 24, and let's start at verse 12. I'm going to share my screen too. Matthew 24. And hold on. Let's start at verse verse 5. Verse 5. Yep, I'm gonna make this a little bit better, Lord willing, so y'all can see it better. All right, we're gonna start at verse 5. Go ahead whenever you're ready, Op.
Get it? Yeah. For many shall come in my name, saying, "I am Christ." And many. Verse
right,
6.
we see that all the time, right? We see these bug outs even coming on some brothers' programs talking about I'm Christ, I'm the Messiah, man. No, man, get your ass out of here. They even got a fake Messiah in Israel, right? But they scared to show him to the public, right? Anyway, right? They was pasting like photos of him last year all up in New York, right? All everywhere on this rabbi's face saying that he's the Messiah. Get out of here. Right? Read on.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
See that? The end is not yet. Wars, rumors of wars, right? See that you be not troubled. That harkens back to Jeremiah chapter 10, right? Be not dismayed by the signs of heaven, right? As the heathens are. All right, keep going.
Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
Woo! See that? We just saw damn near all of this. We know about the earthquakes, the pestilence, right, in different countries, right? The famines. We just heard the girl talking about the famine there in Nigeria, right? They can't even buy food. They got shortages of food. We got super inflation here too, where food is about to be scarce.
Hey, Con, and you know one thing I was just telling my real America, I believe, is only lasting so long because most of our food not even real food. We got a lot of mixed shit. So once you go to the grocery stores, man, if you just take away all of the fake shit and just harken on what we actually have for food supply, we don't really have shit.
No, I mean it's a lot of GMO food. You know what I'm saying? Synthetic, damn near. I don't even know what to call it. Like synthetic, fake food, right? What is it? Like
had it, man. They were just making the article, man, talking about the clone meat. Like
the clone meat, yeah, they have to put it on there now to tell you that if the meat is cloned. And I mean, I'm just saying, bro. It's we're definitely at the end. And if you don't believe it, the Bible says that. Hebrews 1, right, tells you that upon the arrival of Christ, that signifies the beginning of the last days. Right? When Christ came on the scene, that started the clock ticking. That we're in those last days. So when you're reading a lot of prophecies that say in the last times, you can think of it from after Christ up until where we're presently at. And that lines up beautifully. All right. Because it's the truth. Right. Keep going.
Verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
Right.
Verse 9. Then shall they deliver. Sorry, Salakia. Then shall they deliver up and be afflicted. And they shall kill you, and they shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Right, say then they're gonna deliver us up. That's coming, man. Trump already talking about that. Right? Trump already said they ain't gonna be preaching against Christianity outside of the clinics and stuff like that. No, man. Right? They're gonna offer us up to be afflicted. They're gonna kill us, right? Christ also said in I think that's St. John chapter like 16 or 17 and 1 that they're gonna kill you and think that they're doing the Lord's work.
Right, God.
Right? Now let's get Luke. We're gonna finish up here in Luke chapter 21. This is the parallel to Matthew chapter 24. All right, but watch how cold this is in Luke. Luke 21, and we're gonna start at
21.
Verse 10.
Verse 10. Then say he unto them, nation shall rise against nations and kingdoms.
See that? Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, World War III, right? Keep going.
And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famine and pestilence and fearful sight and great sights shall there be in heaven.
Whoo! See that? He said, and fearful sights and great signs there shall be in heaven. All right, keep going.
Verse 12. But before all these things, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, deliver up to the synagogue and into prisons, being brought. Salakia, hold on, you dropped on me.
Oh, my bad, Salakia. I didn't know you was reading it from here. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm reading it from here. Catch back up. Into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake.
That's right. See that echoes exactly exactly what the Lord has said. But hold on. Now I want you to, we're going to drop down. And I want to read. Hold on, we'll go up just a little bit. I was looking for something specific. One last verse here. Maybe we already read it.
Where you going?
Oh no, Salakia. I want you to. Okay, I know why. I was reading this in a different translation. That's why. Salakia. I was reading this earlier and I read it in a different translation. I want to bring it out in a different translation. That's what it is. So this is. Maybe, man. Hold on. Let me see. I gotta find what translation I was reading that in because I really like how it rendered Luke 21, what it said here. What translation did this Luke 21? Oh, I know why I'm in the wrong verse. Okay, here we go. Right? Verse 24 and 25. Salakia. Forgive me, family. All right, so verse 24.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and they shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Right, and we know the time of the Gentiles has not been fulfilled yet. But watch this, verse 25. This is what I wanted.
And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon.
Woo! Signs in the sun and in the moon. Solar flares, right? The blood moons, right? Keep going.
And in the stars, and in upon the earth distress of nations and
Woo! Upon the earth, what?
Upon the earth distress of nations.
Is that not what's going on exactly right now? Keep going.
With perplexity, the sea and the waves roar.
The what?
And the seas roaring.
The seas and the waves what?
Roaring.
Man, we got coastal flooding, tidal flooding, the waves and the rain is roaring, man.
God.
Bro, keep going, Doc.
And then shall they see the Son of Man coming.
No, verse 26.
Man's hearts failing them for fear and for after those things which are coming on earth, for power of heaven shall be shaken.
See that? The powers of heaven shall be shaken. That's the authorities on earth going to be shaken. Just like they ousted the prime minister of Bangladesh.
Right, God.
All right. She fell out of heaven, out of her rulership. All right. Salakia, that's my phone. Right. Now read verse 27. We're going to close out.
And then they shall see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory.
Right. And then after all that, then we're going to be able to witness our Lord Yahawashi coming with power and with great glory. Right. So we see what's going on in this world, man. That's why it's incumbent upon us to be ready, man, to get our houses in order, right? To encourage us, right? Encouraged by telling others, we also encouraging ourselves to keep the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. Come back to Him. All right. You got anything else you want to add, Ak?
Oh man, I'm good.
Right. All right. Wild Olive Tree, man. Like, I'm trying to read your last comment before I get up out of here, man. It says, but thou doest trust in thy beauty and thou playest the harlot because thou were just because somebody look, bro. Israel is likened to a harlot too. Right. Israel was likened to a harlot, by the way, right? Because we went out there and he said in Jeremiah, haven't you went out and played the harlot, right, with different lovers, is not that bed now much defiled? Why would Yahweh take us back? He took us back because he ain't a truce breaker, right? Because he promised. That's why. All right. These are similitudes. You want something to be that's a similar to be something that's like concrete. That's what it is. No, that's how our text is written. You got to be in the spirit when you're trying to break this text down, man. Like, man, you might need to hit our email, Wild Olive Tree, man, firegodclassroom@gmail. All right, we can help build you up through the spirit. All right, so that you understand when something is literal and something is metaphoric.
I do got one thing before we get up out of here.
Go ahead, King.
Audience, man, come back to the Most High. Keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. By Hashem hamashiach malak Yahawashi, right?
Con. Hey, all right, we're going to close on that. You know why? Because I couldn't have said it better myself, right? Hey, so all praises to the Heavenly Father, right? Call hello, Yahweh B'Hashem hamashiach Yahawashi. These your brothers from FOG signing out. Shalom, family.
Shalom, shalom.
King Corn beats be killing shit.
We was powers on this earth once, and we was all about the mirth once. Idol worship, murder like the first of the month. Hit a nigga with the bit like you need a light. That's what you do when you on fourth, or else you got a punt. But we ain't needed when we cry for Egypt flesh, nah. So it's Egypt that we got, and we hella mad. These crackers soaring off our shoulders like some helipads. They see our sweat, but they don't feel us like we holograms. I'll be damned, another black man